Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here on a Wednesday. The clock is not operating, but you know what that means. We're going 9 minutes anyways, at a minimum. So we'll be fine. But it is the 9-minute Phill-Up. I hope you are having a good Wednesday, a great Wednesday, actually. Everybody could use it. Some things to talk about. We had Jamie Baker on yesterday talking about the flash flood that happened over the weekend in Ohio County, West Virginia. And it has been absolutely awful, devastation, death toll now up to 7, with one person unaccounted for. And it is hopefully they are able to find that person. Hopefully that person is safe, but the chances don't look good. But one of those things where you have to have hope. You have to have hope as long as you can have it. But I wanted to talk about a few other things surrounding what's going on with the flood situation. And it's one of those things where, it's tough. And it's tough when you see people take advantage of a situation when you shouldn't do it. But we have, you have good people, you have bad people, and you have people that just, for whatever reason, want to take advantage of bad situations. So I just want to pass this along. It's almost like a public service for anybody out there, whether you be local to the Ohio Valley or if you are from somewhere else in the country and you see something on the news or something on the web that you look at and you say, I want to make a donation. I'm on my Facebook page. I want to take a look. Whatever the case may be, but you want to make a donation. But right now, the Ohio County Sheriff's Office has issued a warning about a suspicious GoFundMe page titled Support Ohio County Flood Victims. Support Ohio County Flood Victims. If you see that title, stay away. Just stay away from it. Because we're not sure if that's a real situation. The organizers, or I should say, the fundraiser was reported to authorities on Tuesday. It's someone no one knows, anonymous. So you want to stay away from that. The description of the fundraiser appears to have been lifted or copied and pasted from the Wheeling, Ohio County Emergency Management Agency, raising concerns about its legitimacy. As of now, no donations have been made to that page. Authorities are urging the public to be cautious of fraudulent donation pages. So you want to basically stay away from that. Stay away from the GoFundMe page titled "Support Ohio County Flood Victims." And if you do want to go and find out, go to the Red Cross. Or go to a trusted place. If you want to make a donation, go directly to the source. I mean, you could even probably call the Wheeling, Ohio County Emergency Management Agency and ask them for exactly what they're looking for and what their page is. And it's just one of those situations. James checking in. Scammers are sick doing anything like that. And prayers for all involved. And we'll have more. James has a couple other comments about a meatball eating contest that we took part in. We'll get to that a little bit later. But right now, I want to cover some of this important stuff from the flooding situation. So again, just be careful. If you're going to make a donation, if you're going to help, make sure it goes to the right place. So sometimes, the big organizations like a Red Cross or something like that, or you go directly to the source, that's the best way to do it. Also, Governor Patrick Morrisey of West Virginia will be in Ohio County this morning, holding a press conference, scheduled to hold a press conference at this time to talk about what he's talking about with officials. A lot of people wanting to know about FEMA, where that stands. A lot of that is contingent upon what happens locally in terms of people reporting damage and everything else. So it's one of those situations where they're going to sort that out, let people know what they have to do to get the most help that's possible. And Appalachian Power has said they're now under 80 customers in terms of people without power. The peak was 3,400 after the floods. So something else we want to talk about, Days of Caring. And Days of Caring set up with WTOV9 and also the Upper Ohio Valley United Way. So two organizations getting together to help with that. And this may be a way, if you don't want to necessarily send money to somebody, but you have some money to buy some, cleaning products, some bottled water, and you want to drop it off. Here's a few places that you can do that. Or if you just want to drop by and make a donation, I'm sure you'd be able to do that at these locations. But here you go. Days of Caring for Ohio County flood victims and everybody involved. M&M Hardware, Sally Buffalo Park in Caddis, M&M Hardware in Steubenville, Sally Buffalo Park in Caddis, and the WVU Weirton Medical Center, the front parking lot. And the days are June 19th, that's tomorrow, June 19th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you want to drop something off. Again, acceptable items, household cleaning products, bottled water, non-perishable food items, paper products like paper towels and toilet paper and things like that. You could drop that off. June 20th, also a day of caring, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at those same locations. And June 21st, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That is Saturday. And again, household cleaning products, bottled water, and non-perishable food items. M&M Hardware in Steubenville, Sally Buffalo Park in Caddis, and WVU Weirton Medical Center in the front parking lot. Those are three places where you can go to, and this being put on these Days of Caring by WTOV9 and the United Way of the Upper Ohio Valley. So you have those places to go if you want to make some donations. Number of volunteer fire departments around the area. Call your local fire department. If they don't know, or if they're not having something, they probably know where you can go. Or if you want to go online to WTOV9.com, I'm sure we'll have information there as well. So again, just some of the things going on around the flooding. So sad about the flooding. Prayers for everyone affected. That's from Brian. And Brian, thank you very much. And absolutely, it's just it's devastating. I mentioned yesterday when Jamie Baker was on, she was describing what she saw on Monday in terms of just the carnage of the area. And then, of course, the loss of life. It's devastating. And the one thing I thought of yesterday, thought about it on Sunday, I was on that roadway 3 hours before that happened. And at the time, the sun was out, everything was fine. And that's how quick it can change. And it's just one of those things where you don't know. You don't know when, things are going to go sideways. And, but the one thing we do have an opportunity to do, if you choose to, prayers are great. Prayers are great. And you can do that. And if you can't afford to do anything else, prayers, absolutely. Prayers. If you can afford to help with some donations, whether that be a monetary donation or, like I said, you stop by some of these places on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. M&M Hardware in Steubenville, Sally Buffalo Park in Caddis, and WVU Weirton Medical Center in the front parking lot, or other volunteer fire departments and locations. I know the American Legion, I believe it's Post 151 in Chester. You can go there from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. So all day you can go and drop off products. They have a 35, 40-foot box truck that they want to fill up and take it down there. So if you're in the Chester area, please do, because I'd put helping your neighbor. And sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's as easy as shoveling the walk when it snows, or cutting the grass if they're going out of town, or lending a hand when they need help. This is one of those situations where, helping a neighbor takes on a whole new meaning. These are people that, helping a neighbor that is easy. It's relatively easy. They're right there. You see them every day. You're connected to them. You have that connection. Sometimes when you are not connected physically or, spiritually to people in other areas, it's a little easier to say, we'll get it next time. And sometimes you don't know when that time is going to be that you're going to need the help. So just messages, just trying to help if you can, whatever you can do. And again, if you don't have the opportunity and you're spiritual and you want to pray, absolutely. Everything helps. Everything helps. Brian saying we really don't need any more rain for quite a while to make the cleanup better. Absolutely. and just so much water fell in a 45-minute period. Or, it was 2 inches in 45 minutes. It's something crazy that caused that flash flooding, but it was just unbelievable, the amount of rain that came down in that short amount of time. So again, as I mentioned, we're going to wrap this up, talk about a few other things. If you're looking for a GoFundMe page, be careful. Police in Ohio County are really being proactive with this. Be careful. The sheriff's office, they're issuing a warning. A specific title to a GoFundMe page: Support Ohio County Flood Victims. Don't go there. Not sure if it's legit. The fundraiser hasn't raised any money yet. Just stay away from that. Maybe go with bigger entities that you know. If you're going to donate some money, go with the Red Cross. And then Patrick Morrissey, the governor of West Virginia, in the Northern Panhandle today, talking with officials to try and keep that ball rolling in terms of getting people the help that they need. So that's a look at that. And again, want to remind you, Days of Caring, Ohio County, for the Ohio County flood victims. M&M Hardware Store in Steubenville, Sally Buffalo Park in Caddis, and WVU Weirton Medical Center, the front lot in Weirton. And this is put on by the United Way and by WTOV90 Days of Caring, 19th, 20th, and 21st. The 19th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., the 20th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., June 21st, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Household cleaning products, non-perishable food items, bottled water, cleaning supplies, as I mentioned, paper products like paper towels, toilet paper. If you see toothbrushes and toothpaste, people aren't, hygiene products, because people aren't able to necessarily, their house might be gone. So every little bit helps. And thank you in advance. Thank you in advance. All right, we're going to turn the page a little bit here, because James asked me a couple of questions that I need to respond to. So let's see. So, okay, James, they had the Dean Martin Festival in Steubenville over the weekend. There was a number of festivals and things going on all over the place this weekend. James, hi, Bill. I'm the one that made the 200 meatballs from Martoni's for the eating competition at the Spot Bar for the Dean Martin Festival you had. They were excellent. I'm going to say that. The meatballs were very good. All of the competitors, there was 10 of us. I was trying to not be in it, but I got roped into it at the very end. And let's see. I've got a picture of what my face looked like. It seemed like some of the other guys didn't have as much sauce in their buckets or whatever you want to call it. Like, this was, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, that's video. But anyways, I had a bunch of sauce in mine. You had to stand up, hands behind your back, bend over. It's like you're bobbing for apples, except it was for meatballs. And that's what my face looked like at the end. So got some sauce all over the place. Did okay. I may have strategically finished outside the top three, because the top three were tied. And you had 10 meatballs to eat in 2 minutes. And it doesn't sound like that much, but the meatballs were hearty. They weren't a small meatball. So I think I placed officially fourth. They weren't a small meatball. They were good, James. They were good. But basically, you had three gentlemen. You had one from Chicago, one from Virginia, and you had Steubenville's own Ralph Petrella, the Republican nominee for mayor, coming up. And he came up with a win. I mean, literally seconds before the gentleman from Virginia. I mean, it came right down to the wire, and he was able to win. So that was some fun over the weekend. And again, I got more sauce on my face than anywhere else. But it was a good time. And speaking of good times, how about today? Some pretty good days if you want to just enjoy a day. If you want to pick a day and try and just, veg out a little bit. This is Want to Get Away Day. So if you want to go on a vacation, go on a trip, maybe just go on a drive. Yeah, I mean, just go on a drive. That's, what? I mean, I know gas prices and everything else, but if it's a nice sunny day, nice day to put the windows down, maybe the sunroof back, and you just kind of go and drive, listen to some music. Or what I like to do when I get in a drive mode sometimes, Just the phone is off, or the phone's on just in case, but the radio's off. It's just driving and not having anybody bothering you with any questions or phone calls or anything like that. Then it's also splurge day. I can't splurge right now, have no money. Situation that a lot of us are in. But if you have some cash, you want to splurge, if you want to put it on that credit card, just remember the interest rates. But it's splurge day, and it's go fishing day. Now, I like the guys that go fishing. They go out there and they get a bobber on the end of the line. They throw it out. They maybe prop it up against the stick, let it sit there. They don't even have they might have a bobber, but they have no hook on the line. Then they sit back. They have a few refreshments, take a nap. They're not even trying to catch a fish, but they're looking busy because it's gone fishing day. Excuse me. Let's see what else today. Some well-known birthdays today. Chris Van Allsburg. You're thinking, Bill, who's Chris Van Allsburg? Well, he's born in 1949. He's the author and illustrator of Jumanji and The Polar Express. So that's pretty good. Pretty good stuff right there. 1913, Robert Mondavi was born. Passed in 2008. He, of course, Mondavi Wines, so he had the wine industry surrounded, and they are still going strong as far as I know, Mondavi Wine. So maybe on this splurge, they splurge for a bottle of Mondavi Wine and watch Polar Express or Jumanji. That sounds like a pretty good day. Let's see. So those are a couple birthdays that were pretty big. Let's see. Some of the key things that happened on this date. Oh, Blake Shelton. Formerly on The Voice, country music singer, 1976. Bicentennial baby. Blake Shelton's birthday today. All right, a couple big events involving women and involving the United States. 1873, Susan B. Anthony. Susan B. Anthony, I believe she had a quarter. Didn't she have a quarter? I think she had a quarter. That was with her on it. In 1873, she was fined $100. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money now. A lot of money in 1873. I'm sure it was just a ton of money. She wanted to vote in the 1872 presidential election. Tried to do it and was told no, not allowed to do it, and was fined. So standing up for women's rights back in 1873. Wanted the right to vote. Sally Ride, first American astronaut, female astronaut into space. Sally Ride. And I believe I think it's on Hulu. But it might be on Disney, I'm not sure. But if there's a documentary about Sally Ride, I have not watched it, so I don't know how good it is, but I'm going to be watching that. I happened to see that go across the screen yesterday, and I love aviation and astronaut stuff. So I'll be watching that. But Sally Ride, first woman in space from the United States. And I think that is about it for today. Again, we'll finish up this way as we wrap things up on this Wednesday. Again, maybe the biggest thing we can do today is help our neighbors, especially everybody in the Ohio Valley. And that's a great thing. Jamie Baker talked about it yesterday. She said she's not surprised at the outpouring of support for people in Ohio County that have lost basically everything, have lost loved ones. I'm sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. But she said that's what she loves about the Ohio Valley. People willing to step up for their neighbors and get things done. So if you have an opportunity to do that, please do. Again, the days of caring, if you want to work with WTOV9 and the United Way of the Upper Ohio Valley, you can drop off products at M&M Hardware in Steubenville, Sally Buffalo Park in Caddis, WVU Weirton Medical Center in the front parking lot in Weirton. They are set for these days, June 19th, June 20th, and 21st. The 19th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., the 20th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., 21st, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Household cleaning products, bottled water, non-perishable food items, and things of that sort. All right, before this tickle in my throat gets to me, we're going to say so long. So if you can, get out there, help your neighbor. And if you've already done that, if you're volunteering and helping, please, continue to do that. Prayers are welcome. Everything, it is greatly appreciated. Trust me. And we're hoping that we can help, pack some trucks and everything else to get some items down to the people that need it in Ohio County and West Virginia. And of course, there are other places as well as the Days of Caring. So just do a little research. Make sure you don't send something to someone that's trying to scam you. So anyways, we will say so long for today. Hopefully you have a great Wednesday. Looking forward to seeing you on Thursday, tomorrow. Wishing everybody all the best. Remember the 2 rules. Have fun and always try your best. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time.